Great. Thank you. I hope everyone enjoyed their breakout session. There was lots of great insights and conversations that were had. I know that I had one effort, that was a lot of facts that were being spitting at my table about how we can collaborate together in order to spur on a lot of the companies that are located in our rural companies so that they were successful with their entrepreneurial endeavors. Before I introduce the next panel, I would like to talk about a fabulous podcast called Ecosystem with NC Idea that's hosted by Tom Rue, our fearless leader. If you're a founder, friend of entrepreneurship, or someone that's seeking funding, three keywords, F words right there, this is the podcast for you. It's available on all your favorite podcast websites. But if you want more information on where you can get it, you can download the QR code on this nice card that's available on your table. So please do take a moment. And Tom has had some wonderful guests on this podcast, and I think you will learn a lot. And not about just the guests themselves, but Tom as well. But now, as you finish your lunch, I think that you're ready for a conversation that might change the way that you think about entrepreneurial resources in your community. Did you know that your local library is a great resource and a powerful resource for entrepreneurs? NC Idea's LEAF program is proving it. Yes. Yeah. So I'd like to bring up Carlo D., program manager at NC Idea, to share a little bit more about the LEAF program and what they're doing, and then also have him introduce some of the amazing librarians who have completed the program. Carlo?
Hey there, good afternoon, y'all. Hope everybody has been enjoying and really getting a lot out of the Ecosystem Summit so far this year. I am so happy to be able to be in on this lunchtime spotlight, so thank you for having me. I know people are also really happy to eat and mingle, so we'll give you some time back for that as well. My name is Carlo D., as was mentioned. I'm with the NC Idea team, and I do happen to agree a lot with what our board chair, Spencer Disher, was saying about how that face-to-face networking and that relationship building is one of the most valuable parts of this conference. So we will yield back much of your lunchtime to you. We're not going to go all 40 minutes of our time. We'll probably go 15 and let you all reinvest that time into your relationships with each other. So at NC Idea, I lead our mindset program. And you may remember from yesterday that Tom Rue said something. He said this, that the illiteracy of today is going to be not being able to think and live like an entrepreneur. I think that is so true. Our entrepreneurial mindset training aims to activate 100,000 North Carolinians so that they can avoid this form of illiteracy and instead become entrepreneurs in their own lives, in their own communities. We are reaching North Carolinians with this training in many ways. But what I am the most excited to talk with y'all about today is, believe it or not, your local public library. I am so confident that libraries can become, they are already and they can become even more so, a powerful enabler of entrepreneurship throughout our state. So before I go any further though, I did want to get a little pulse on the room, so I'm sorry to make you put your tiramisu forks down for just 1 second, but if you are somebody that has a library card, could I get you just to raise your hand? You got a library? Oh, come on, look at that. That's phenomenal. We'll come back to that, how many hands were up in a moment. So at NC Idea, we have launched a program called LEAF. And LEAF stands for the Libraries for Entrepreneurial Advancement Fellowship. This program puts the full weight of NC Idea behind select librarians so that they can do even more to support the entrepreneurs and the ESOs in their communities. So if I could have our three Leaf Fellows come up and maybe just be here at the stage, I'm going to say a little bit more, but then we'll hear from these amazing librarians. I want to say first, though, what I love about a really good conference is that you come away from it kind of thinking a little bit differently about your work and thinking a little bit differently about your context and your environment. So what I would invite y'all to do here over the next couple of minutes is to start to think differently about your public library and the possibilities that it could have for you and for your work. So we're going to hear now from three Leaf librarians. We've got Carol Ann Hankinson, Kyle Hearns, and Jana Bradley. And in turn, they're each going to tell us a little bit about how their libraries are helping entrepreneurs and helping ESOs. So if you could first just join me in welcoming all three to the stage. And we'll start with Carol Ann.
Hi, how are you doing today? I am so glad to be here. My name is Carol Ann Hankinson, and I'm the library director at Roanoke Chowan Community College. We're in Northeast North Carolina. We were one of those counties, Hertford County, that was considered to be a distressed economic county. And I am just here to say we may be in the middle of nowhere, but we're here to make it somewhere, right? And so I want to thank Carlo D., who's absolutely phenomenal. Doesn't begin with an F, but it sounds like it. One of the F words. And also Tom Rue, who's been so supportive of the LEAF program. Thank you, NC IDEA. We so appreciate it. It's been a really great experience. But I want to tell you about community college because my colleagues here, I believe, are public librarians. And so they're going to hit on that part of it. But I want you to know that you have another library in your community called the community college. And you can get a library card at our community college. We have many different things that we can offer you that will also help to supplement what you are already receiving from your public library. Jana is going to be discussing the different databases that we offer. We have the same databases through NC Live to help you with metrics, to help you with scalability, to help you with building your business plan, to help you with your bank loans, to help you with your grants. You're going to love her conversation, so I won't take any more of her thunder. But we also offer at the Community College Library with just a library card, and you get a free library card as a community member. We also offer meeting rooms where you can have virtual interviews, you can have a quiet space that's very private, you can have meetings with other people. We also offer a computer lab, and some libraries have maker spaces. You can reserve these for free. We have our community partner, Nucor, who reserves our CAI lab, our computer assisted instruction lab. They reserve it anywhere from 4 to 8 times a year for their applicants to take their tests because they're looking to hire new people. And we also have other entities that reserve our computer lab. That's a resource that's available for you as an entrepreneur or as a support to entrepreneurs that's totally free. Isn't that great? Another great word, free, the F word. Also, too, think about your library directors and the librarians and the staff that work there. We have been trained to help your entrepreneurs in the different databases that we have. But also, too, to sit down, if you have digital literacy skills, that we can sit down with you and we can help you, and we can also recommend different classes that we have at the community college. Think of us as a launching pad. Not only do you have the library at community college, you also have our continuing education, which can open the door for classes to learn more about Canva. Maybe you need help with graphics, or maybe you need to take a digital literacy class, or maybe you need to get certified in CPR for your business. And so the community college offers a lot. I feel like I'm doing an infomercial here. Sorry. So also, too, In the community college, we have our higher level academics. You can get an associate's degree in business, or perhaps you just want to polish up on marketing. You want to polish up on finance. You can take classes a la carte. I love a community college, and think about our library being that launch pad for you to take your business from here to here with our knowledge, our expertise, but also with all the different resources that we offer. Now, for a commercial break, I hope you don't mind this, Carlo, but as an entrepreneurial thinker, I have to also take advantage of this moment. I want to encourage you, as the lady who was on the panel for the, I think it was Right Start, she was talking about America 250. In January 2026, very soon, right around the corner, we will celebrate America 250. And so think about the theme, which is, when did we become us? It could be a fantastic business proposition to discuss amongst your stakeholders. When did we become us, and how can we celebrate that as we celebrate America 250? And come to our libraries, we can give you some good ideas. Second commercial, sorry it's a long one, but we are having a wonderful thing. We're going to be celebrating America 250 from January till August, because in August and September, our college, Roanoke Chowan Community College, has been blessed to receive a grant from the Americans. It's called Americans in the Holocaust. It's a traveling exhibit, and it's funded by the American Library Association and the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. We are the only library in North Carolina to receive this grant, and we're one of 50 libraries in the United States. So I am inviting all of you to come out to see this traveling exhibit in August, September. Check us out at roanokechowan.edu. And now I will return you to your regular programming. Thank you very much.
Well, I don't know how I'm gonna compete with that, but my name is Kyle Hearns. I am a adult services librarian with Charlotte Mecklenburg Libraries. Want to give a quick shout out to my colleagues who are sitting at the table over there, representing the library system, public library system. I don't have any F words that I use. A lot of the F words that are used against us happen at the library, people with their accounts. This is my second time being at this summit. So Carlo, thank you for that opportunity. Hopefully, I'm on the stage this time. Last time I was sitting in the audience, but hopefully next time maybe I can be a keynote speaker, but the library, a lot of times is overlooked for what it can do for small business owners. My coworker, Christy, and I, after attending the first summit, we kind of sat down and brainstormed how we could bring this to our system on a smaller level. And throughout that year process, we've had several summits that we've partnered with various banks and local organizations to provide that resource for individuals who are trying to start their business. People just think that the library is just for books, and it's not that. So we're trying to rebrand that to let you know that we're your local resource. It's not just for personal enrichment. We have a lot, like mentioned earlier, a lot of databases and things that can help you just to navigate those waters when you're first starting out. Again, I saw a lot of hands raised who had library cards. I'm not an advocate for promoting credit cards, but your library is a card. It has no APR, so it's free. So take advantage of that. And before you leave today, stop by and speak to somebody that's a librarian in your community and build that connection, because they really can help and support your business. So thank you for having me.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jana Bradley, and I work at Durham County Library. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you to NC IDEA. Thank you, Carlo. And before I maybe put you to sleep with talking about data, although I did bring fancy slides, I wanted to point out the 2 tables of library workers over there who are cohorts from the NC Leaf program. And if you have not talked to the library lately in your community, come over and talk to one of us, please. If we are not in your area, we will find somebody who is in your area. Even if you are not in an area, we are so excited to help you, especially if you have hard questions, difficult questions, weird questions, and you're like, I don't know where to find this information. Come see us because we might, and we might be able to connect you to somebody. But I guarantee you, if you bring a weird question, it's going to be maybe the highlight of our day because a lot of my day I answer, where's the bathroom? Where's the water fountain? Can I check this out here? And then sometimes people swear in the middle of it, but it's fine. I'm going to walk over and get the clicker so I can show these slides. And Kyle talked about it a little bit. We do have databases of all kinds. And I wanted to show this one. I always use pet sitting as an example because that sounds really pleasant to me, even though I know it's probably not. So say you want to start a business. You're kind of lost. You're like, I don't know what the stats are. I don't know what the data is. We have resources for you. This in particular is from Data Axle, which we get through NC Live. Shout out to our state library cooperative. And this is a business side search. I used NAICS code 812910, which is pet boarding, sitting, and kennels. And what I got from it is a list of businesses in Durham County that fall under that NAICS code. Not only do I have a list of these businesses, I also have a heat map, so I know where they're located. So if I'm starting a business, maybe I don't want to go in that red zone. Maybe I want to go on the green side a little bit. And it goes on to give you a wealth of information. For each one of those businesses, I can pull their individual NAICS codes, I can pull the description, I can pull their competitor information. I know who is leading the company. I know ballpark sales. I always tell people not to bet $1 million on those, but it's there. And it's fantastic information, even if you're just starting. And so I've figured out maybe what I want to do, where I want to locate, where are the pet owners in Durham County. And so I pulled a list of households making more than $150,000. They like pets and they enjoy travel. So probably a pretty good bet there. Those are the red zones. Those are your clients. And it also gives me a list of zip codes. Which zip codes do these people live in? There you go. So what I can actually do, and I didn't print it out for this because probably everybody in Durham doesn't want their information up there, but you can actually pull individual names, addresses, demographic information. It's extremely creepy. It is extremely specific, and it is there. It is there for you to use. We also have something called Social Explorer. It's got even more maps and data. They make the things look pretty. So in this case, I pulled information on what the higher priced product market was looking like. Looks like in the past 3 years, there's been a decline in Durham County. If you go conversely in the blues areas, that's where they are showing an increase in this. I can also pull the amount spent on all household expenditures. So you can see the area highlighted in red on the left is about 92 grand. The sort of like pinky white-ish color to the right of that is about $58,000. So keep that in mind while you're looking for your clientele. And then something I'm super excited about is this market segmentation data. And this is a particularly expensive database if you were to access this on your own. But it tells me in 27705, which is one of the top zip codes that I pulled earlier, that this is the majority of these people are wealthy, older, mostly with no kids. It gives you some more information that they are homeowners, that they are probably management, they have over a graduate level, but it also tells you about their lifestyle and other things that they might buy or be interested in. So these people probably drive an Infiniti, they eat at Dunkin' Donuts, they buy athletic shoes, they travel for business. So also extremely specific. And I think there's like 30 or 40 categories, and it all goes like this. So point being, We have all of this data and information. We really, really, really want you to use it. We want to show you how to use it so you can go out and show everybody else the wealth of resources that we have. So, to my Leaf compatriots, they're all over here. Everybody stand up so they can see you. Come talk to us, please, before you leave. We would love to connect you with this information. Carlo can connect you to us. NC Live is your source for data. You can access that with your public library card, with your community college library card, probably your university card. So use all of those things. They are there. Everybody kind of talks about free library resources, and that's not entirely accurate. You've paid for this with your tax dollars. Thank you to all of you for supporting this, because it's an unbelievable resource for our community. And because I'm an overachiever, I came up with about 8 F words. Also because I felt pressure, because I felt like everyone would be like, oh, she's from the library. She's gonna have, you gotta be prepared. So my F words are foundational, flexible, facilitating, focused, forward-thinking, friendly, factual, and future ready. And I'm so sorry for the next speakers if I've stolen your word, but thank you so much for having us here today. Thank you, Carlo. Thank you, Tom.
I love that. So as you are starting to get even just a small taste of what the libraries really are, today I continue to extend that invitation to you to think about your own local library differently. If it comes time that you're an ESO or you're an entrepreneur and you say, hey, I need a venue, think of your local library for your next press conference or a public launch. Think of your library as your next meeting space. Think of your library as co-working. Janet didn't flex this, but in the Indies 2025 Reader's Choice Awards, guess who won the best co-working space in all of Durham? The Durham, Maine Public Library. And obviously all these really interesting, very useful market research tools. So think of your library differently. And what I also want to say is that for all of us that are doing this work as ESOs, one thing that the library has that I believe is the envy of all of us ESOs is, did you see how many hands went up? It is hard to compete with your local library in terms of embeddedness, reach, and trust. So the entire entrepreneurial ecosystem of North Carolina gets stronger when we as ESOs welcome the libraries to the table. So if you have not talked to a librarian in 30 years, I invite you to make today the day. I promise you, they are as helpful and as friendly as you remember. Thank you all so much.